A prayer in the quiet. The morning sun crept gently through the rain-speckled glass of the maid's quarters, casting a pale light across Carly's chamber. Though the storm had finally passed, the chill remained heavy in the air. Carly stirred beneath her blanket, her skin clammy, her body trembling despite the warmth of the bed. "It's already sunny," she whispered weakly, her breath shallow. "Why am I still so cold? I can't even stand up." Her head fell back against the pillow, too heavy to lift. "I just need to rest a little longer." An hour later, the door creaked open. Lady Marlene stepped inside, her presence warm as the fire she carried in her hands, a small tray with steaming soup. Matthias followed at her side, his own hands still bound in linen from the training wounds he had stubbornly earned in the storm. His expression darkened as he looked at Carly, pale and feverish beneath the blanket. "My poor girl," Lady Marlene murmured, placing the tray on the bedside table. Matthias moved closer, kneeling by the bed. He gently touched Carly's forehead with the back of his bandaged hand, his brows tightening. "Mother, her fever is worse. This is my fault. If I hadn't been so stubborn, if I hadn't trained in the rain." Carly shook her head weakly. "It's not your fault, Matthias." "It is," he said firmly, guilt burning in his eyes. "I'm so sorry." Lady Marlene placed a steady hand on his shoulder. "Sweetheart, go call the physician. I'll care for her until he arrives." Matthias nodded quickly. "All right, Mother." He turned back to Carly, his voice softening. "Don't worry, I'll be right back." Carly managed the smallest of smiles. "You're such a sweet boy, Matthias." As he hurried out, Lady Marlene brushed a hand over Carly's damp brow. "Rest, child. You've done so much for us already. Now let me do something for you." She wrung out a fresh cloth and laid it gently against her forehead. Before long, Matthias returned with the physician in tow, a kindly man with sharp eyes and steady hands. He bowed to Lady Marlene before examining Carly. He checked her pulse, her eyes, then her temperature with practiced ease. "This fever isn't only from the rain," he explained gravely. "She has been overworking herself. Stress and exhaustion weaken the body, and the storm only worsened it." Lady Marlene's brows knit. "Can she recover?" "With rest, yes," the physician assured her. He opened his pouch and produced a bundle of herbs. Chamomile to soothe the fever, elderflower for the congestion, and thyme to strengthen her lungs. Steep them into a tea 3 times a day. She must avoid strain and keep warm. In time, she will recover fully. Matthias bowed his head deeply. "Thank you, physician. You've helped her more than I could ever repay." "It is my duty, young lord," the man replied with a kind smile. "Now I must tend to other patients." He bowed once more and departed. As the door closed, Carly sighed faintly. "Lady Marlene, Matthias, thank you." "You've already been a blessing to us, Carly," Lady Marlene said softly. "Now rest." "That is all I ask." She stood, smoothing her gown. "The king awaits me, so I must go. But you are in good hands with my son." "Goodbye, Mother," Matthias said. "Goodbye, my lady," Carly whispered. When the door shut, the chamber grew quiet, save for the crackle of the fire. Matthias sat close to her bed, his eyes steady. "Carly," he said at last, "I'm proud of you. You're stronger than I ever expected. Even now, you still smile." She blushed faintly. "And you, Matthias, you didn't even catch a cold. You're already stronger, already so mature. No wonder Lady Marlene and I are so proud of you." He lowered his gaze. "But it's not enough. As a future Templar, my oath is to protect the helpless. I will train harder. I will grow stronger. I promise, Carly, I will protect you too." Her chest tightened at his words, warmth blooming through her fever. "For me, you are already strong, Matthias." He hesitated, then bowed his head. "Then at least let me pray for you." "Will you pray with me?" Carly's lips curved into a weak but tender smile. "All right." Together they closed their eyes, bowing their heads in quiet prayer. For a long moment, the storm, the fever, the ache, all of it seemed distant, replaced by stillness and peace. By afternoon, the room was filled with new visitors. Princess Kara, Princess Kayla, Luma, and Kristoff arrived together, bearing baskets of fruit and bundles of cheer. "Oh, your highnesses, Kristoff!" Luma Carly gasped softly. "You are all here?" "Carly, Lady Marlene told us you were unwell," Kara said gently. "We came to check on you." Kayla lifted a basket with a grin. "We brought fruit to help you recover." "And I brought incense powder from Tarek," Luma added. "Just a pinch in warm water, inhale the smoke, and it will ease your nose." Carly smiled, touched. "Thank you, Luma. I'll do as you say." But before the warmth could settle, Kristoff smirked, clearing his throat theatrically. "Ahem, seems our young noble Matthias has been staying rather close, Matthias flushed, hands balling into fists. "It's not like that. It's my fault she's sick. I have to stay with her." Carly's cheeks turned pink. "You're all too sweet. You didn't need to visit me like this." Kara shook her head quickly. "Don't apologize. If anything, it is my fault for not stopping my friend's teasing sooner." "It's not your fault, Your Highness," Carly reassured her. Laughter soon filled the room, the tension fading. Between fruit, warm words, and light-hearted teasing, Carly's spirit lifted little by little. Surrounded by friends, she felt the fever's weight ease, not by medicine alone, but by the warmth of those who cared for her.